Federal health experts say that the FDA should approve a second vaccine to prevent the human papilloma virus, or HPV, in girls. Today, an FDA advisory panel overwhelmingly said the data shows that GlaxoSmithKline's Cervarix is safe and effective. If approved, it would compete against a cervical cancer vaccine already on the market, and that is Merck's Gardasil. Joining us now to talk more about this new drug, the fight against cervical cancer, Dr. Lisa Lowry from Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, right?
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. Now, this is the second drug against this. Gardasil was the first one. This is Cervarix. Any differences between the two?
Well, Cervarix has only 16 and 8 strains for the human papilloma virus.
16 and 8, okay.
Versus Gardasil, who has 6, 11, 16, and 8.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about how since the vaccine, Gardasil's been on the market now for a few years.
About 3 years now, yes.
Are we seeing a difference in the rate of cervical cancer?
Well, it's a little too early to tell.
Okay.
Some of the European studies have shown some decline. However, in the U.S., it's still a little too early to tell actual rates of declining. What
are your thoughts on Cervarix being approved?
I think it's another tool in our armamentarium against HPV, human papilloma virus.
So it can only help. Now, it hasn't been around that long, as you mentioned. What's your take on, I guess, anybody's reservations about whether or not they should give this to their daughter?
Well, we've given over 12 million doses of Gardasil. It's a safe vaccine. It's been studied for years, minimal side effects. So I think if they have any reservations, they can always talk to their health provider. The other kind of concern a lot of parents have is that if I give this vaccination that is sexually transmitted, is it going to give a license to go out and have sex? And that hasn't been borne out in any studies.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about, I guess it's given to girls. This one, the new one, Cervarix, would be between 10 and 25 years old. Why younger women? Why can't older people have this vaccine?
Well, right now, the studies have been in younger women because we know that the higher incidence and have the higher disease burden at this time. Oh. They're looking at hopefully approving Gardasil in the future for older women. And again, it's best given preventively or prophylactically before you're exposed to the HPV virus.
Okay. This is a vaccine for girls primarily. Tell us about boys.
Yes. There is some discussion, and there's been discussion out in the press about possibly getting Gardasil approved for males, but right now the indication is just for women ages 9 to 26.
Okay, so they're talking about it.
They're talking about it.
Okay, Dr. Lisa Lowry, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Brian?